Welcome back to the channel. It's not going to be a workshop video this week either. We've got the BMW coming up next week, but off the back of last week's video and some of our other social media posts, there's been a car that's been spotted and we keep getting asked questions about it. And it's only here for a small job, but we've had so many questions, I thought I'd ask the owner, would he mind? And he said, no, go for it. So, due to public demand, an XJ Coupe. So it's not going to be a very long video this. We're just going to give you a quick walk around and a little bit of insight into what the car is, why it's here and so on and so forth. This is actually a body that we built 6-7 years ago now. So those of you familiar with the Jaguar XJC, this is a Jaguar XJC, but not a standard XJC. So we thought we'd just take a little minute to have a walk around and show the various modifications that have been carried out. Thank you. So we'll just have a quick walk around and we'll point out the various bits and pieces which have been done to the car. And we'll start at the front, as that's where Luke is. So we've got a one-piece front bumper, is the first thing. Now, the original bumper is a one-piece, but it has overriders on it and it has underriders on it. So we've deleted that. It's all been welded up and re-chromed. Very similar to Harry Metcalf's car, we've dropped the number plate down and dropped it back, so it's not quite so prominent. If you look at an original Series 2 or a Coupe, the number plate is mounted right in the front of the bumper, which always looks a bit ungainly. Little details, and it's the little details that count. It's got a Series 3 Daimler grille, not a Series 2 grille. The Series 2 had a spur and then a chrome going all the way up the top there, so that just tidies up the whole look. What we've also done on the front is we've cut in some driving lamps, fog lamps down the bottom there, so they're recessed into the wings. Again, just gives a clean look and obviously the practicality. So while we're here at the front of the car, we will just point out how horrific this fitment here is. That's why the car's here. The hinge has actually collapsed. The hinge drops down underneath the bumper here, and there's so much movement in the pin that no matter where we go and what we do, it lifts because of the movement within the pin. So we've got to strip the front end down, get the hinge box out, make good a used hinge box, better than that one, but a used one all the same, get that painted and fitted, and then it goes back to the customer. So we'll carry on around the car, and if you go around that side, Lou, mechanically, this car has got huge brakes on it. It's got 6-pot Brembo XKR brakes all the way round. So the front brakes are fairly hefty as standard on these, but these are now 6-pot Brembos, which came, as I say, from the XKR cross-drilled discs. On the back, these would have been inboard brakes. They are now outboard and XKR 6-pot Brembos again. And while we're round the back here, the eagle-eyed might notice the different shape of the wheel arch here. Now, again, with the series cars, 1, 2s and 3s, the wheel arch line is a lot lower. It cuts all the way down here. What we've done, or what we did all those years ago, we took a pair of scrap front wings, and we cut the wheel arch profile from the front wings, grafted them into the back, and then obviously we had to hand make all the inner arch to meet up with that, and that just gives a more aggressive stance, I suppose. It's been done before. It's not a unique thing. It has been done before. There is inspiration behind this car, but it's quite a subtle modification which you don't instantly notice, along with things like the deletion of the vinyl roof. These always came with a vinyl top, done away with the vinyl lid, so that's gone. That just helps clean up the side profile of the car. And if we scurry around the back here, Lou, a few of the other bits and pieces that we've done is, again, fairly common. Customers decided to go for the Series 3 light cluster as opposed to the Series 2, which were like the cathedral lights. So this has now got Series 3 rear lamps, Series 3 boot lid plinth, which again is cleaner than the Daimler version. And I suppose the biggest modification that's visible there is the bumpers. Now the bumpers on the Series, well, the bumpers on later Series 1 cars and all Series 2 cars are 3-piece. You've got a corner section, a centre section, and then the other corner section, joined together with an overrider in the middle. We've done away with that, as you can see. The corner bumpers would usually come to about here, and that will be joined then with an overrider, and there will be a seam going all the way along here. So we deleted the rear seam, so the Valence is now a 1-piece smooth seam. Rear bumpers, we took 4 corner bumpers to make the 2. So this here is essentially the front of that blade cut, reversed and welded on here, and then the same on that side, ground back, smoothed off and re-chromed. Again, just giving a different appearance to the car, a bit more of an aggressive, sporty modernisation of an XJ Coupe, I suppose. So with all these various modifications gone on to the body, it's got to have something to keep it going as well. So we'll cut to the interior in a minute, but really pop the hood, and we'll see that underneath here it is powered by the later X300 power plant, the AJ16 supercharged straight 6, coupled to a 5-speed Getrag gearbox. Various bits of colour coding have gone on underneath to make it look like it's meant to be there. It doesn't look too out of place. So yeah, a really nice tidy install there, and a pokey bit of usable performance power, especially mated to the manual gearbox. It's got uprated suspension all round, IBAC springs, gas dampers, poly bushes, so it will handle and drive very much like Harry Metcalf's XJ Coupe that we did, just with a very different power plant. So that's pretty much it with the car, save for, it would be really wrong of us not to show this. C.A. Upton and Sons, who we've worked with for, well, decades now. Dave over there, done a stunning job retrimming all of this to customer's specification. We've got the black Alcantara headlining, custom dashboard, all to the customer's spec, but all to Dave Upton, C.A. Upton and Sons, amazingly high standard. It's a fantastic, welcoming place to be. Custom touches, but it's still uniquely Jaguar. You look in there and that's a Jaguar XJ Coupe interior, just with a slightly different twist. So there we go. That's the XJC that you've been asking about. As I say, it's not here for much. We've just got to sort that bonnet hinge out and then it goes. So you're not going to see any more on this car. We're not taking the paint off. We're not boring you all with the epoxy coatings or anything like that. It will be out and about doing the show scene, I'm sure, next summer. So keep an eye out for it. And we will be back next week with a workshop video. Pretty damn sure we'll have a 635 BMW to show you. I'm editing it right now. It's quite a lengthy one, lots of different aspects and details in it. So hit subscribe. Catch the video next week. Thanks for watching.